Hi, Dr. Downs here with my long-term patient and good friend Pete, who is a stellar runner, long-term lifetime athlete, and we're going to do a little sports chiropractic today. What can we do for you today, Pete?
Need this knee fixed.
Okay, what's it doing? Or
When
not doing?
Well, it's always feeling stiff and everything, and when I try to like stretch it, it actually hurts. You know, when you just try to do a stretch.
Okay, is the stiffness behind it, on the sides?
It's like around here.
Okay, up top. Yeah, the patellar tendon coming down that's attached up into the hips. We kind of like to take the whole thing into account to get the knee just straight. Now we do have a model of, coincidentally, the right knee right here. There are so many parts of the knee that we need to think of and address. This is why I'm grateful for you letting us show a little video about this, because too often people think that a knee injury or a little arthritis in the knee is a death sentence to an athlete, and truly it's not. Very often we see that the tibia is rotated outward, which puts a tracking problem into the patella. It can also cause a little muscle spasm around or above the knee to try and stabilize and give you better pedal foundation. So my job is to find out what may be misaligned here, above or below the joint, make a correction. When we look at the back of the knee, and we'll flip you over in just a second, we see these cruciate ligaments, we see muscles that crisscross the plantaris and the popliteus that can really twist and distort this joint. So left out of alignment, it's going to be stiff and sore if it has any wisdom at all to keep you glued together here. So let's try and line you up, see what happens here, and see how much more fluid motion we can get in that joint. How about we start with you on your abdomen? We're going to do a little hyperextension study on the knee. Let me see right here. The knee hyperextends, which it does not. It's doing a really good job there. We do some flexion here. Check the subtalar joint where we all need a little bit more motion. The three ideal curves and arches in the foot, because it has the foundation down here. We see a little rotation here just on its natural lie that this knee will torque. Pete, does your right knee give you more trouble than the left knee over time?
Yes, ever since the meniscus repair.
Okay. So there's been the repair, but there was a reason for the repair too, right?
Yeah.
Things were probably in this distortion all along. So you really need to get behind that ischial or the tibial tuberosity and do that. I find that with runners very often the tibia rotates outward. For some reason it always seems to be the right foot, whether that's the crown of the road or the fact that we drive so much more with our right foot. We're not sure there. Now we check the extension of the knee now that we've moved it. There's no wobble in there whatsoever, so that's a wonderful thing. Now if you will flip over for me one more time, Pete. It's going to be a long video. Nothing quick. We'll have the movie version here. Let's take the leg up and out. We're going to check the hip flexor here. Hold that leg up for me if you will resist my pressure. Hold, hold, hold. Good, strong base there. We still see that rocking rotation here. So we're going to put some motion into the femur itself. Take the patella into its asteris type of motion. So we know there's no adhesions, which happens to us after a few miles, a million miles. Pete is done. Good. I like to distract that subtalar joint again. It's carrying the weight of the body and about 1 square inch down here. Gets little adhesions in that. Move that a little better. See a little free motion in there. Beautiful. Here. Much better there. Okay, now this knee is in much better alignment, not unlike the perfect plastic knee. These days, what happens next is that we may well cast for orthotic support so that we have those perfect 3 arches that will have some spring in them. Give Pete a couple of exercises and motions to open up this subtalar joint a little bit more and to realign this tibia to perfection every time we take a long run. We'll make sure the other one's moving just as well, but here's our problem right here with this distortion and all the connections to the patella. And that is Pete's knee today. Thank you for looking in.